Hello guys and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back with another action figure review, and today it's a very special one. This is something I've been looking forward to for a very long time. I didn't really anticipate it coming because it just wasn't the sort of thing I thought that Hasbro would ever do, just because of the rating of the movie. But this is the Logan and Charles 2-pack from the Logan movie, and this was a SDCC exclusive, and I'm very surprised I actually got to pick this up in the UK. I did get this from Star Action Figures, which where I get most of my stuff from, and I think that's the only place to pick it up in the UK. So if any of you want this and you're in the UK, Star Action Figures, the link will be in the description. This video isn't sponsored, by the way. They're just a great website to go and get figures from. So yeah, the link will be in the description, so you can go there. I'm pretty sure this is still in stock. Surprisingly, it's still in stock. So yeah, this came today. So it released about, the pre-orders released about 2 weeks ago, just a little under 2 weeks ago now. And I didn't think I was going to be able to get it in the UK because it was on Hasbro Pulse, but obviously they don't deliver to the UK, they only do US and Canada. It sold out on there pretty quickly. Then on eBay it started to appear in the UK on the UK eBay site, and yeah, pretty much people were selling it for extortionate prices, just really high, well into the hundreds, when this set is only really worth about a range about 30 to 40, depending on where you are, in terms of dollars and pounds and stuff. So yeah, pretty much this is an SDCC exclusive, so obviously you're going to get a lot more sort of display factors about it, like the box, the really nice box presentation. Mine has come with a few scratches on it, but you can only really tell when there's a light on it, like a sharp light, so like with my light that I'm using to record now. But yeah, pretty much here's the box. This is just like the sort of slip cover thing, so you've obviously got Logan and Charles there, Marvel Legends series, and then you've got your gold foil X logo, which is really cool. Then on this box is really big, by the way. So on the side you've got a silhouette of Logan, and then on the back you've got, I'm pretty sure the same thing, but with just legal stuff on the bottom. Then on the other side you've got a silhouette of Charles. So yeah, pretty much let's just get straight into this, because I'm super excited to have my hands on it. So I'm just going to quickly open this. I don't like messing up the boxes for these sort of things, so I like to be very careful while opening these. Okay, yeah, so this is obviously a slip cover that you could just slip off, and to get the normal box I'll just put this to the side. And then you've got your normal box here, which I've opened from both sides because it was sort of taped like really well, which is fine by me, but obviously to open it I had to cut all the tape. So there they are. Box again, really big. This is like, I think, the biggest Marvel Legends box I actually have. The one that comes close to that is the Spider-Man and MJ 2-pack from Homecoming, which I just got yesterday actually, because I found it reduced on Star Action Figures again, and I think that's still there if you guys want to go and pick that up as well. So yeah, let's just talk about the box. Obviously we've got our two figures there, we'll get into them in a bit. Marvel's Logan, Charles Xavier. I don't know about Marvel's Logan because it was a Fox property, but obviously Disney bought Fox, so yeah, that's loads of legal stuff. Then you've got the same silhouettes on the side, and then you've got the silhouettes there on the back, like a bigger sort of scale. You do get a bit of beard hair there for Charles and Logan, because obviously they both got. Charles has got a stubble in the movie, and Logan's got a very big beard in the movie, and mutton chops at the end, maybe for a bit of fan service. But yeah, pretty much that's really it for the box. On the top you get the same sort of gold foil X. On the bottom, same thing, gold foil X. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Let's get straight into the figures, because I'm super excited to have this. So before we get into the figures themselves, obviously I like to talk about the accessories first. So for Charles, we only get one accessory, and that is the wheelchair. Obviously, you can't have Charles without a wheelchair. In some comic versions, you can have Charles without a wheelchair because he stands up. And in a few, well, not in a few, I think in one X-Men movie, Days of Future Past, he stands up because he's got some medicine that's helping him stand up. It also takes away his powers. So yeah. Pretty much this is your bog standard wheelchair. I've never really I should mention that I've never had an X-Men figure before, so I haven't had any experience with a Charles sort of wheelchair or Logan with his Wolverine with his claws and stuff. So this is all sort of new to me. With Charles wheelchair, I've heard this can be fragile and things can pop off, but they do pop back on apparently. But nothing's really happened for me. It's all sort of just one solid piece, and the wheels do come off apparently. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but yeah, they do come off. And then if we just go into the detail, you've got your black, it's pretty much a very glossy silver finish throughout the whole wheelchair. Your black sort of rubbery wheels, these front two don't move, if you're wondering. You've got your foot placement there, and then you've got sort of a leathery brown texture which is made with just plastic, obviously. So yeah, that's I like the brown on the wheelchair, it looks really nice. So yeah, pretty much that's it for Charles. So I'll place him back there in his wheelchair. And then for Logan, we get, oh, these are amazing. I actually just can't describe how good these claws look. So with Logan, we'll start with the normal claws. You get your normal claws, bog standard Wolverine claws that you get with most of the brand new Wolverine action figures. You got them with the other X-Men movie Wolverine. So yeah, I wanted to pick one of those up, but then this came out in the UK, so I'll pick this up instead. Then here's something I thought we'd never see Hasbro do, but we've got our bloody claws. These are super nice. These are really nice. Really good for display. I think I'm mostly going to keep these ones on because they just look great. But yeah, super accurate to how they look in the movies. You could also change these with your other Wolverines, and I'm pretty sure they fit in nicely. And yeah, so the last sort of accessory that we get with Logan is a screaming head with like bloody marks, but the normal head also has blood marks as well. So yeah, I'll just, there you go. So you can get the screaming head with the blood marks there. So yeah, quite a few accessories for Logan, which is brilliant. No complaining whatsoever. But yeah, so now that we looked at the accessories, let's go into the figures. So I've got Logan here. Obviously his foot's a bit bent. I don't know why it's like that. I'm guessing showing off ankle pivot already right from the start. There you go, there's your Logan. And he does come with obviously normal hands. That's what he comes with on. So I'm just going to replace those quickly. So here is the Logan out of the packaging, guys. I've looked at the accessories, so let's take a look at the figure. I have switched the hands over to the obviously the claws, because that's what Wolverine's famous for. I do just want to say, with these hands, they are open hands, and these are for to hold the handles of the wheelchair for Charles, so you could put him in that sort of pose if you wanted to. So yeah, so with the Logan figure, let's just take a look at him before we get into the articulation. Zooming into the head here, trying to get it to focus. It did focus, but then unfocused. There we go. Looking at the head there, very, very good from Hasbro to get the likeness of Hugh Jackman down. It's not completely there, but it is very, very good, very close. It's almost perfect. I mean, very well done to Hasbro for that. And then pretty much for the rest of the figure, you've just got your sort of black suit without a tie, obviously. Open shirt, buttons, there's a belt buckle there. When you lift the shirt up at the back, nothing, just plain black suit. Very shiny black paint for the shoes, like a very, because he's obviously a limo driver in the movie. And then yeah, so pretty much for the just a basic suit. I think it's maybe the Nick Fury mold that they reused from the Captain Marvel wave. So yeah, very nice looking suit though. I would have liked to seen maybe a figure of the sort of final battle of the movie when he's in his vest with maybe the mutton chop style instead of the suit. But completely happy to get this as well. Maybe we will see something like an X-23 and Logan 2-pack maybe in the future. But yeah, that's sort of it for the look of the figure. So, one thing I did want to just point out is that I don't know if you can see it on camera, but they have included paint on the neck to show neck hair, which is very subtle detail that I actually noticed, which is really good from Hasbro as well. So yeah, let's just get into the articulation, I guess. So let me just move all the accessories off the table so I can move the figure properly. So obviously we've got a new joint for the head, that the sort of dumbbell joint that makes the head look up even further, so you can look up that far, maybe push it even further. I don't really want to try it just in case it breaks, but the only bad disadvantage about this is that when you put the head down, you can see the back of the joint there. So if you're posing it with the head sort of normally, make sure you can't see the back of the joint on your display. So yeah, your head moves side to side, 360, up and down, actually a lot of tilt, so yeah, a lot of motion in the head. Then moving down the body, we've got a ab crunch under the suit jacket, which goes forward about that much, and far not too much because of the jacket like restricting it. Then for the arms, we obviously got full rotation. We've got a slight it's not a butterfly joint, but similar movement to butterfly joint. I think it's just the joints being a little bit loose, which is fine. We've got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which go back about a bit further than this, about that far. Then hinging at the wrist for the for all hands. So yeah, hinging at the wrist for all hands. Then going down, we've got legs go forward, kick forward that much, kick back not too much, but a little bit. Thigh rotation, double jointed knees, which allow for really good poses. And also foot articulation goes up that much, down quite far, and then also ankle pivot. So now we look to the articulation of Logan. Let's place him to the side, and we'll take a closer look at Charles. So here's the Charles out of the packaging, guys. Let me just move Logan to the side over here, and we'll bring him back in for the end for a little comparison. So Charles is, what can I say? They've nailed it pretty much. I think the only sort of little gripe I have about this figure is that the the jumper that he's wearing is it's big, which is fine because it's oversized in the movie, but I feel like it would have looked nicer if it was a bit more smaller and tighter to the figure, maybe molded into the figure. But the fact that it's not molded into the figure allows for a bit more articulation. Well, I don't know if you need much articulation with a Professor X figure, because he's mainly just going to be sitting in his wheelchair. I don't really think you're going to have him in any other situation, to be honest, unless you're going to have Logan like carrying him or something. So yeah, I just want to say, guys, with the background, obviously I keep moving locations to record, is just which location is more convenient to record at the time. So yeah, and they all sort of work in a similar way anyway. So yeah, back to Charles though. So let's have a look at the head sculpt as we looked with Logan. That Patrick Stewart head sculpt is amazing. It is one of the best realistic action figure head sculpts I've ever seen in terms of a 6-inch figure. They've nailed everything. The freckle, the sort of freckle, I don't know if that's freckles or bruises, but he did have those in the film. I think it's bruises. The beard hair, the stubble, sort of the mustache, the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, everything's perfect. The back, like a bit of hair, the top of the head, everything about this head sculpt is perfect. Like they couldn't have done it any better. And then for the rest of the figure, we've got him in a pretty much, let me just zoom back out, pretty much just your sort of casual clothing for like an old person fit. I have seen someone do a head swap with the Stan Lee head sculpt, and it fit pretty well. But obviously this is just a Charles figure, so you can do a head swap with Stan Lee. I think that would be the most appropriate one, but mainly obviously keeping it for Charles. So looking at the figure, we've got this shirt, and we've got some ab crunch under the shirt, but I don't think it's going to work because the jumpers are quite hard plastic. We've got obviously just a plain like brown jumper, brown sort of going on green maybe jumper you could call it. You've got your trousers here, box standard trousers, and then shoes similar to Logan's shoes. So yeah, now that we've looked at how he looks, let's have a look at the articulation. So having a look at the articulation, Charles is as a figure is very stiff. You can get him looking up quite a bit and looking down quite a bit. You got your ab crunch under the jumper, which moves slightly but not much. You've got your arm rotation, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which I feel like is good because you can put his hand on his head if you want to make him look like a sort of Professor X instead of a Charles, which I might be doing, but I'm not too sure because it doesn't really work with the very old look. You've got, so as going down the figure, you've got hinging at the wrist, which I find is helpful for poses. Legs kick forward that much, kick back that much. They do have to have a lot of leg movement, as obviously he'll be sitting in the wheelchair. And double jointed knees, and then up and down for the foot articulation and ankle pivot, which is very stiff. So here's Charles sitting back in the wheelchair, and I got to be honest with you, when I first pulled this figure out of the packaging, I found it very hard to put him in the wheelchair because he kept on slipping. But then I realised that you have to pretty much straighten his back quite a bit, and then try and make sure the feet are either under this, which doesn't really make much sense, if you can see, under these foot stands, or like on it would be better, but he does tend to maybe slip. There you go, there he goes. Charles is now fallen off the wheelchair. But yeah, pretty much you can get him standing in the sitting in the wheelchair, sorry, quite a bit, and then even if you have him while legs sort of straight standing, he still sits in there quite well. I feel like having one arm to the side helps to just keep him there if he keeps on slipping off, if that's a problem that and you guys experience. You could also have one of his hands on the wheel of the chair, which I feel like is quite a cool pose to have. And yeah, pretty much in the film, he does have, the chair does have, it's like an electric chair with, it has like a little stick here that he moves, and he just moves around. And obviously this doesn't, it's just like sort of a push wheelchair instead of an electric one, which is fine, but then again, it would have been nice to have the detail for the electric wheelchair as well. But the wheelchair movement, very good, very, very smoothly. Like, this is with his hand on the chair, on the wheel, sorry, and it's still moving very fast. And he stays on there quite well. Obviously, like I said at the start, I was struggling, but now it's fine. And yeah, so you can sort of put him with his hand sort of posing up to the side. You can sort of trap his hand in the side there to make sure he just stays in, or you can put it on the wheel like I did before, which I feel like might be a decent pose to have him in. And then yeah, so it's pretty much that. And he's fallen off his wheelchair again. That sort of Charles, pretty. I would like to say basic sort of. It's still in the terms of the structure as a figure. The articulation is quite basic for Marvel Legends. Obviously it's Charles, so you're not really going to get much out of it anyway, but the head sculpt is one of the best that I've ever seen on a 6-inch figure, in terms of like looking like an actor. So yeah, pretty much no real complaints. I wish he just stay on his wheelchair more, I guess, instead of just falling off. Yeah, there's like obviously ways around this which you can sort in your own time, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much Charles, a great figure as well. So yeah, let's have a look at the two side by side. So here are the two figures side by side for like an end comparison. I've put the second head on Logan just to show that to you, the sort of screaming face. very good, like similar to the first one, just with his mouth open. And then yeah, put him in like a little pose next to Charles. The other hands for Logan, obviously you've got your second pair of claws, which are just they're the clean version, so it's exactly the same. They work exactly the same as the bloody ones. They just look different. And then the open hands are just for sort of the wheelchair. And yeah, so pretty much with the two figures, I'm very happy with both of them, and very happy to pick them up. I guess it's more on how much you like the film to really pick them up, because if you don't want the Charles, you could just pick up a Wolverine action figure on his own, and if you wanted a Charles that's like Professor X, you could get the 2-pack with Magneto, so it's really up to you. I don't really know if we'll see any more X-Men movie figures. I feel like this might be one of the final sets. I'm hoping we would see an X-23 and X-24 in the future, maybe for next year's Comic-Con or something. But I'm very happy to get this. One of actually my first SDCC exclusive, and I'm happy that it's this one. It's two amazing figures with amazing articulation, great looks. Just I'm very happy, as these are my first X-Men figures as well, that these are the two figures that I did get. And then yeah, pretty much, yeah, I would recommend picking this up if you do like this film. Since these I don't think these figures will ever come single carded. Maybe this one in maybe a different suit, but like I said, I don't know if they're really going to make any more X-Men movie figures. So yeah, I would recommend picking this up. If you do want to go and pick it up and you're from the UK, go to Star Action Figures, the link will be in the description. And then if you're in the US, I'm not sure if you could get it anymore on Hasbro Pulse, because I think it might have sold out, but you could probably both of the figures just fell off. It's because I just hit the table, sorry about that. Basically, yeah, you can sort of pick them up maybe on eBay or something. You might have to pay a bit more, but if you do really want it, I would recommend it. These figures didn't really disappoint at all. Both great figures. I'll have to find a space for them on my shelf. And yeah, pretty much that's really it for the review, guys. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below on your opinion of how these figures look. And if you do have these figures, let me know what you think of them as well. Also, thank you for the support lately on all the videos that we do, and we'll continue to put out as much videos as possible throughout the time being. And then pretty much this is maybe my not last action figure review, but like one for a while, because I don't really have any new figures coming, and I don't really anticipate buying any new ones until 2021, which is when the Spider-Verse ones will come out, so I'll definitely be picking up the Miles from that wave. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, subscribe. If you do want this and you're from the UK, Star Action Figures, link in the description, go and buy it, and then you'll probably get it within the next week. And obviously Hasbro Pulse if you're in America. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.